When in the course of human events it becomes necessary for one people to dissolve the political bands which have connected them with another, a decent respect requires that they declare the causes which impel them to the separation. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, and among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. To secure these rights, governments are instituted among men, deriving their just powers from the consent of the governed. And whenever any form of government becomes destructive of these ends, it is the right of the people to alter or to abolish it and to establish new government. We therefore, the representatives of the United States of America, do and with the authority of the good people of these colonies, solemnly publish and declare that these united colonies are, and of right ought to be, free and independent states, that they are absolved of all allegiance to the British Crown, and that all political connection between them and the state of Great Britain is and ought to be totally dissolved. In the support of this declaration, with a firm reliance on the protection of divine providence, we mutually pledge to each other our lives, our fortunes, and our sacred honor.
The United States birthright citizenship debate continues to rage on more than 150 years later. Born here, belong here, the long battle over birthright citizenship in the United States. By Althea March. Forward, a right by birth or not? In the wake of the American Civil War, the United States amended its constitution to redefine the meaning of freedom and citizenship. These changes, particularly the 14th Amendment, were instrumental in granting formerly enslaved African Americans full citizenship. But what exactly does it mean to be a citizen? Is being born on U.S. soil enough? Or can the law draw lines between who belongs and who doesn't? In 2025, this foundational issue re-entered the national spotlight when President Donald Trump signed an executive order to end birthright citizenship for children born to undocumented or temporarily present immigrants. This act was swiftly challenged in federal court and the debate reignited. Not just in courtrooms, but in public discourse across the country. To understand how we got here, we need to revisit three key historical moments that shaped how the U.S. grants citizenship, starting with a time when the Constitution said nothing at all. The Constitution's silence and the legacy of English law. The original U.S. Constitution was notably silent on the matter of citizenship. At the time, the prevailing legal assumption inherited from English common law was just solely, or the right of the soil. If you were born in the territory, you belonged to it. This principle came from Roman law and stood in contrast to just sanguinis, or the right of blood, where citizenship followed lineage. But without formal codification in American law, the meaning and scope of birthright citizenship remained uncertain for the first 7 decades of the nation's existence. The Dred Scott decision and the two-tiered America. The ambiguity of citizenship came to a head in 1857 with the landmark Supreme Court case Dred Scott v. Sanford. An enslaved man named Dred Scott argued that his residence in free territory should have made him a free man. The Supreme Court not only denied his claim but also declared that African Americans, enslaved or free, could not be U.S. citizens. The court's reasoning was explicit: people of African descent were not and could not be part of the political community that formed the United States. The result? A legal division of society into citizens and permanent non-citizens, a ruling that helped ignite the Civil War, Reconstruction, and the birth of the 14th Amendment. Following the Civil War, the victorious Union sought to undo the damage caused by the Dred Scott decision. In 1866, Congress passed the Civil Rights Act, declaring that all persons born in the U.S. were citizens. However, President Andrew Johnson objected, arguing that this would extend citizenship to not only African Americans but also Chinese immigrants and Romani people, then referred to as gypsies. Despite his veto, Congress overrode it. Concerned that future lawmakers could repeal the Civil Rights Act, Congress acted to make birthright citizenship permanent. This effort led to the ratification of the 14th Amendment, which states, "All persons born or naturalized in the United States and subject to the jurisdiction thereof are citizens of the United States." That phrase, subject to the jurisdiction thereof, has since fueled generations of legal and political debates. Who is subject to the jurisdiction? Before ratifying the 14th Amendment, lawmakers discussed its implications in detail. Senators debated whether children of Chinese immigrants would be included. One confirmed that, yes, a child born to Asian immigrants would be just as much a citizen as one born to Europeans. While the amendment passed Congress with a large majority, not everyone supported it, particularly those who had opposed extending citizenship to non-white immigrants. Nevertheless, the 14th Amendment became law. But this was only the beginning of the story. The Chinese Exclusion Acts and the Wong Kim Ark case. In the 1880s, anti-Chinese sentiment led to the Chinese Exclusion Act, which barred Chinese immigrants from becoming naturalized citizens. It did not, however, address the citizenship status of their U.S.-born children. Enter Wong Kim Ark, a San Francisco-born man who traveled to China to visit family and was denied re-entry into the U.S. on his return. His case reached the Supreme Court in 1898, presenting a crucial test of the 14th Amendment. The court ruled in Wong's favor, affirming that anyone born in the U.S., regardless of parental citizenship, is a citizen unless their parents are diplomats, foreign soldiers, or certain Native American groups. This ruling confirmed that the 14th Amendment extended to the children of immigrants, reinforcing the principle of jus soli. The debate rekindled 1980s to today. Despite the firm legal precedent, birthright citizenship has remained a contentious issue. During the 1980s and 1990s, as the population of undocumented immigrants grew, conservative lawmakers began challenging the interpretation of the 14th Amendment, arguing that undocumented individuals, like foreign diplomats, were not subject to the jurisdiction of the U.S. Today, about 40% of Americans believe children of undocumented immigrants should not receive birthright citizenship. Meanwhile, the U.S. legal system continues to recognize the original interpretation established by Wong Kim Ark and maintained for over a century, the 14th Amendment as a treaty of reconstruction. To understand the significance of the 14th Amendment, it helps to consider how it was passed. After the Civil War, many southern states refused to ratify it. Congress responded by requiring ratification as a condition for re-entry into the Union. In this way, the 14th Amendment was not just a piece of legislation. It was part of a peace treaty, a redefinition of the nation's values. This context reveals the depth of its significance. It was designed to close the chapter on a divided past and declare a new, unified future rooted in equal citizenship for all born within its borders. Final thoughts: the battle over belonging continues. More than 150 years after its ratification, the 14th Amendment remains both foundational and controversial. While the courts have consistently upheld the principle of birthright citizenship, public opinion remains divided. Recent political actions, such as President Trump's 2025 executive order, suggest the issue is far from settled. Ultimately, the fate of birthright citizenship may once again rest with the U.S. Supreme Court. And as history shows, the struggle over who gets to be an American and who decides has always been at the heart of the nation's ongoing democratic experiment. Sources of related interest: https://open substahe.com/pub/althea-march/p/born-here-belong-hearthy-long-battle?. R equals durap and UTM_campaign equals post and UTM_medium equals web and show welcome on share equals false. Born here, belong here, the long battle over birthright citizenship in the United States. The United States birthright citizenship debate continues to rage on more than 150 years later. Open.substack.com. Born here, belong here, the long battle over birthright citizenship in the United States. The United States birthright citizenship debate continues to rage on more than 150 years later. Born here, belong, www.linkedin.com. Copyright 2025 Althea March, all rights reserved. Yahoo.com and Canva.com provided the art videography. Hello, I'm Althea March in collaboration with Althea's Substack, the Amazing Marketing Methods channel on YouTube. I'm currently working almost daily to bring about some new, amazing, unique stories and informative articles. Did you enjoy reading this article or story? If so, please like it and click the follow and subscribe buttons at the top of this page. Do that, and these articles and stories, all expertly researched and thoroughly edited, will start popping up in your feed. Find out more about us or subscribe to our regular highlights. Thanks for visiting, watching, listening, and reading. Supporting this writing would be very much appreciated to help reach more readers and writers worldwide.